Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Adelina and I make videos about living in this tiny house on wheels and living a more intentional life. It's recipe day, and today I'm going to show you how to make Parmesan crusted potatoes. Now, I've seen this all over TikTok. There's just thousands of videos. I'm going to show you how to make the vegan version. It's really delicious. I'm going to pair this with some barbecue tofu bites, and I've used the marinade that Derek from Simnett Nutrition just shared in his last video. I'll link that down below because he gives you 3 tofu marinades that are amazing. I'm using the barbecue one. I don't have any pineapple, so I'm not using the pineapple. So I'm going to have that, probably steam some broccoli, and these potatoes. So let me show you the ingredients. Super easy, and we'll get to making them. Ingredients for the vegan Parmesan crusted potatoes. You need about 2 pounds of potatoes, or really enough so that when sliced in half, they cover the bottom of whatever pan that you want. This is about an 8 by 12-ish. Not sure. You need some vegan butter, some olive oil, a little garlic and herb seasoning. If you don't have that, just add a little garlic powder and some Italian seasoning. And some vegan parm. I'm using the Earth Island, also called Follow Your Heart, I think, in the US. Violife makes a good one as well. Whichever one you can find, grated. And that's it. That's all we need. First thing I want you to do is preheat your oven to 375. And into the pan, the roasting pan that you're going to use, we're going to add 1 heaping tablespoon of the vegan butter and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. The olive oil is going to keep the butter from burning, and the butter is going to give it really yummy flavor. So put this in the oven to heat up and melt while we cut our potatoes. Just don't forget it's in there. All right. So then it's really as simple as this. Now all we're going to do is slice our potatoes, and we want to slice them in half lengthwise, so we have as much surface on the Parmesan oil and butter mixture as possible. I have pre-washed these. Now these are russet potatoes. This recipe is better with a waxier potato, such as a yellow or red, but this is what I had. And we are using what we have this month. This works really well with little round potatoes, the mini ones. But it is a super easy recipe. Barely qualifies as a recipe. And it is delicious. There. That is all the chopping and prep that you need to do. Now all we have to do is wait for the butter and the olive oil to melt, and then we'll add the rest of our ingredients. It'll just take a couple minutes. Okay, so the butter is sizzling in the oil, so I know that it's ready to go. It's melted. So I'm going to pull it out very, very carefully. You can see how that looks. And we're going to put the rest of our ingredients in here. Be very careful not to touch this. It's hot. So the first thing we're going to do is put our Parmesan in here. And I'm going to go with about 1 cup, which is about what's in here. So just spread it all along the bottom, because we want the potatoes to sit in it and get all tasty. All right, so that's done. And now I'm going to add a little bit of garlic and herb seasoning. Not a lot, but just a little bit, to add a little bit of extra seasoning to this. And now I'm going to place my potatoes in here so that they are in contact with the olive oil and Parmesan. Just Jenga them in there, however makes sense, so that you can fit them all in. And if you've cut too many, that's okay. Just put them in a bowl in the fridge and you can use them another day. I think I may have cut too many. Yeah, maybe one too many. All right, well, we'll use that another day. Okay, so now I've got my potatoes in here. Let me show you what that looks like. All laid in on top of the Parmesan. Now we want to season the outside of the potatoes as well. We don't want to leave those all plain, and we want them to get nice and crispy. So I'm going to drizzle them, the tops, with a little bit more olive oil. If you don't want to use oil, then don't do this. And I'm going to salt and pepper the tops of the potatoes. This is optional, but everybody knows that the potato crust is so much tastier when it's a little seasoned. So just a little salt and pepper on top of that. And that, my friends, is it. So now I'm going to put these in the oven for about 35 to 45 minutes. I'm going to test them, poke them after 30 minutes to see how they're doing, until the potatoes are nice and tender and crispy on the outside and the cheese has melted and gotten brown and yummy. All right, I will see you back here when those are done. Okay, it's done. Here are the potatoes. Well, here's my plate. Now you can see they're crispy on the outside as well as underneath. They're delicious. I'm gonna try and eat one of these. I don't know that I can cut one. Oh, you know what? We're just gonna do it by hand. They're cool enough. Let's try one of these out. Ooh. Did you hear how crispy that was? Oh my gosh. Now, I did use a lot of olive oil. You don't have to sprinkle olive oil on top, but I do think the combination of butter and olive oil is a really nice combination for this, and they're just so good. That's delicious. So I'm going to eat it with my broccoli and my tofu bites that I made using Derek's marinade. Again, I'll link his video down below. If you're wondering how to make tofu not suck, try one of those. So tasty, so flavorful. I ended up marinating mine overnight in the fridge. I'm starving. How can you tell? So I'm gonna go eat this. I hope you try it. Let me know if you do. Let me know what you think. Remember, in a world where you can be anything, eat good food and be kind. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.